The notes you're about to take, they have to do with more of the math side of this concept, which is molarity, dilutions, I am just going to take notes on this regarding the equation side of it, and then tomorrow in class we're going to talk about the application of it and how this equation is used. So first of all, these notes are going to be regarding diluting or, quote, watering down a strongly concentrated solution, also known as a stock solution. Now, we're going to talk more tomorrow about what a stock solution is, and I'm going to show you some examples of it. But the takeaway point from these notes is this equation. M1 V1 equals M2 V2. I'm going to box my equation. And where M1, that's just the molarity, and V1 is the volume. Now, it could be in milliliters or liters. It doesn't matter. Okay, and we're just going to do one example. Find the volume of water that should be used to make a 6.2 molar, so I put capital N, I'm going to put, quote, molar in some parentheses, a 6.2 molar solution from 75 milliliters of a 8.1 molar solution. So how we attack these problems is, first of all, we are going to be using this equation, M1V1 equals M2V2. And this is my little trick. I look for the two numbers that are next to each other, the volume and the molarity. When it says liters of I'm looking for this of or this of And when I see that, some volume of a molar solution, that lets me know that this is my V1 and that that is my M1. So I read through the problem, I look for the of or the of, with two numbers on either side. Milliliters, that becomes my V1. The molarity becomes my M1. What's left over is my 2. So that means this 6.2 molar, that's going to be my M2. So I've got M1, V1, M2, V2. The of is my 1, so 8.1 molar. V1 was 75 milliliters. M2, what was left over is my 2, is going to be 6.2. And they said find the volume, so they want what's left over, which is going to be V2. So I plug and chug. So M1 is 8.1, V1 is 75, M2 is 6.2, and V2 is I don't know. Solve for V2, divide each side by 6.2, and you get V2 equals 97.98. Look back at the problem. 2 sig figs, 2 sig figs, 2 sig figs. So the answer should have 2 sig figs. 9 bumps it up. V2 equals 98. Now I plugged in milliliters for volume, so I spit out milliliters for volume. So once again, in working these problems, the key to figuring out which ones are your M1 and your V1 is looking for this of a. Milliliters is your V1, the 8.1 molar is your M1. Whatever is left over is your 2. Okay, so that's it. Just make sure you bring the worksheets tomorrow to class and have a wonderful afternoon or a wonderful evening.